YouTube? So today is going to be part 5 on how to start your case swap with we got an ekk2 with a k24 JDM spec. Looks like an SI transmission with RSX shifter cable, and it looks like the ring was redone in the back for the speed sensor, so they're running 0204 speed sensor. The 06 to 11 SI transmission is usually a house sensor, so that's all been converted. Pretty much we're going to be trying to get this car started up. The customer couldn't get it going. They tried with the Type R ECU, and I guess it wasn't working. We tried to do as much as diagnosis as possible over the phone, but it still didn't want to start up. Yeah, so we're pretty much gonna see what's going on with the wiring, go over everything, make sure everything's grounded, and just make sure all the wiring is in good position as far as everything's right. This is a K2 harness, so we'll see how this works. I really don't like messing with aftermarket harnesses. I rather prefer stock harness instead, but to each his own. This car came from Stockton, California, so it was a good drive. They had it towed here. So first thing we're gonna do is get some power to it and check all the powering on the ECU side. So I'm gonna start over here and go over everything and see exactly what's going on, how everything's wired, and make sure everything's wired right. It does have an immobilizer bypass on here, so I'll check that out first, and then pretty much go through this C101, make sure all 3 wires are getting powered from that, and hopefully if everything goes good we can get this car running today and see how it feels. It does have the RRC intake manifold, which is a little bigger than, it's pretty much like a ported RBC. So these come off of the Type R FD2s. I'm pretty sure this is an RBB3 or RBB4, so it's the good TSX, the last generation TSX engine, hashboard mounts, RDX injectors, and skunk 2 alpha headers. So right now, yeah, I'm gonna go check through the wiring. We'll come back and see exactly what's going on with this car, and hopefully we can get it running and driving by the end of this video. All right, so after doing a little bit of diagnosing and everything, I did find a problem. Sometimes these wiring harnesses do have issues with the power. So whatever coming from this side, one of the wires isn't sending power to the ECU. So now we do have power to the ECU, and this did have a fuse that was popped, so I don't know if that was part of it, but got the check engine light to come on now. It wasn't coming on before, and the fuel is priming, so should start right up. Alright, so one problem I am noticing though is that the alternator isn't charging. So I'm not sure if they wired the wrong wire up for the starter to the fuse box. So I'm gonna check that out next. I mean, it is pretty much ready to go for a quick test drive. I'm pretty sure everything's blood and everything, just to see how VTEC sounds and everything with this setup. It is with the Type R ECU right now. I started it up first with the PRB since he thought the Type R one wasn't any good. I grounded the ECU and it started right up as well, so both ECUs work good. So right now, pretty much just trying to figure out why the alternator isn't working right now. And if it's bad, then we need to swap that out. I think I might have one here. If not, we'll just check the wiring, see if the wiring is right to make sure that that's the case. Other than that, if everything checks out, we'll take it for a little test drive and see how it runs. So we'll do a little bit more diagnosing and then we'll come back. All right, so we're back now, and I figured out the alternator issue. So it was tapped to the wrong wire. It was, I mean, it's blue white, which is kind of tricky, but it's actually this white blue one right here. Just make sure it's B10. So it'll be this one right there. There's 7 on top and then 3 over. So just to make sure everything's good, let's test it out. Alright, so we got that done. The next thing I gotta figure out is, one reason why I don't like aftermarket harnesses is because of this. So the temperature isn't reading at all, and this is how it was wired. It's wired to the C101, which it shouldn't be wired to anywhere near on the C101 because it has nothing to do with the C101 plug. It's literally should be from the actual conversion harness. This is coming from the conversion harness, so this usually stretches out to the sensor itself, but since this is a tucked harness, they usually run it through like an auxiliary, and this has 3 auxiliaries, but none of these are actual ones that come off of it. So I've been looking around and I don't see it. So I'm gonna go through these wires again, and if not, then I'm just gonna take this auxiliary wire, since it's already tucked, probably use the white one and just reconnect it to the sensor up there and splice into it, and then that'll be done as far as that. But I know this isn't the way, because this is the, I think, cam sensor or whatever, power, so it has nothing to do with this. So that's one reason for sure it's not working. And then right now I'm gonna go ahead and go through the check engine light, see what that is, and then I think after that we should be able to take it for a test drive. So I'm gonna go ahead and check it out real quick. All right, so we're back now, and everything's working really good. The temperature's working like it's supposed to. Alternator light is off, so everything's pretty much wired right. It is running on the Type R ECU, so the check engine light is for a secondary O2 sensor right now. like it's not even in gear. It's only when I do it slow, so I think the synchro is out. I'm making sure it's in for sure all the way. Probably just do a second to third gear pull. Yeah, see, it's popping out. It was in gear right now, and it's popped out. Other than that, though, the car is super quick. I'm gonna just do a second and third pull. Definitely feels really good for sure. So I always recommend when doing a K-swap, always get your transmission checked out, because these second and third gears on these transmissions, the synchros always go out. So that's pretty much gonna be it, guys, for this video. If you haven't, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.